Hey guys, I'm Nadine and welcome to Bookish Nook. Today I am doing the How I Read tag, and I was tagged by the lovely Katie over at the Book Junkie, and I have linked her video down below as well as the original video. So the first question, how do you find out about new books to read? When I first started reading, I actually just went to Chapters or Indigo and sort of just looked at the covers and kind of picked what looked most interesting. But now I'm mostly go on Goodreads and I listen to author recommendations, especially authors that I really like. And most recently, I've been getting a lot of recommendations from BookTube, just like The Darkest Minds. I was never going to pick that up until I heard everyone raving about it, as well as a few other books. So that's mostly how I pick the books I read now. The second question is, how did you get into reading? My dad actually started reading the first few Harry Potter books to me before bed every night. And then I sort of went on and picked up the series of Unfortunate Events by myself, and ever since then I've been reading. The third question is, how has your taste in books changed as you've gotten older? I think just like everyone else, as you're reading through the genre designated for your age, and you're getting older, you sort of want more from the characters, from the story, from the relationships, from everything. And that's how I felt this past year when I got into New Adult, because I primarily read Young Adult and I sort of felt like I wanted more from the characters and their relationships. So I moved on to New Adult, and that's where I got that more. So I think that that's how my taste has changed, because I want more from the characters in the story. Not because the stories and the adventures are not appealing to me anymore. It's just sort of, I want to see a deeper side of characters and their relationship and their development. The fourth question is, how often do you buy books? This is a little tricky to answer because my book buying habits sort of vary. But it's sort of like every time I go to Chapters or Indigo, I'm leaving with one book at least. And that's sort of kind of almost once every 2 weeks. And then there are some weeks that I just buy so much. So I buy more books than I can read, just kind of like everyone else. The fifth question is, how did you get into booktubing? I was actually really rather recently where I started watching a whole bunch of booktubers videos religiously, and I would sit there and just wait for them to update. And then I kind of figured, well, I love books just as much as them, so why don't I start a booktube channel so I can talk to everyone about books and stuff. So that's how I got in, is by watching everyone else's video and kind of seeing like, hey, I can do this too. So that's how I got in. How do you react when you don't like the ending of a book? I usually complain to the person who's closest to me at the time that I finish, and that's usually my boyfriend, who essentially sort of reads the book along with me because of the detailed descriptions I give to him about it. So I usually complain to him about the book, and anyone else who will listen, really. But I don't necessarily hate the author or the writing or anything like that when I don't like the book, because usually I can understand the ending, why the author chose an ending for a book. Just because I don't like it doesn't mean that I don't agree with it or that I don't understand its value and how essential it is to the plot or the story. So I usually just complain and then kind of get over it. The seventh question is, how often do you take a sneaky look at the last few pages of a book to see if it's a happy ending? And I never do that. I refuse to go look at the back pages to see sort of the ending. I have this really bad habit of sort of skipping ahead in paragraphs on the same page to see what's going to happen, so I hate when I do that. So I definitely do not allow myself to look at the last few pages of the book because I do not want to be spoiled. I want to experience things as the character is experiencing them, and I do not like to be spoiled. So the eighth question is about tagging people, and I'm not going to tag anyone because I don't really have anyone to tag. So if you're watching this and you want to do it, I tag you then. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and if you have any other ideas how I can find new books or even recommendations from you, comment down below. Thanks. Bye.